Hello, welcome to episode 7. Today we are going to talk about what to do when you have a flare-up. And the reason this is important is because it's much better to do this when you are not having a flare-up, to decide how you're going to manage a flare-up. Because I don't know about you, but when I have a flare-up, everything I know about being a nurse practitioner, nurse, social worker, everything just goes out the window, and I can't remember what to do to take care of myself, and it's actually pretty hilarious. My husband was he was watching me walk around, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'm listening to my own podcast because I'm trying to remember. I forget what I was trying to, I think with mantras or something, I was trying to figure out how to think about something a little better. So yeah, I'm recording this for myself and for my sibling who has long COVID. And if anyone else wants to listen to it, that's fine. But I am amazed how many times I forget basic things when I'm in the middle of a flare-up. So my friend said that there are 4 boxes. One box is what I will do. The second box is what I will not do. The third box is how I will talk to myself. And the fourth box is how to make things easier for me. I'm going to say those one more time because I had to listen a couple times to her message. So first, what I will do. Second, what I will not do. Third, how I will talk to myself. And fourth, how to make things easier for me. I have done a little bit of prep work right now, so I'm not trying to think of it as I'm talking, but everybody will have different things, and I think it's fine if it's not complete, it's not perfect. I think just scratching down any old thing is fine, because we all have to start somewhere, you know? So as far as what I will do, I don't know about you, but when I start to have a flare-up, I immediately want to dig in and do as many things as I possibly can because I can feel it coming on and I don't know how long it's going to last. So I need to come up with a plan to not do that and to not freak out and to just rest. So I just wrote for under what I will do, stop, rest, and then email anybody or text anybody that I need to let them know that I am not going to be able to go to whatever I planned previously. The second box, what I will not do, I will not try to push through. I know I'm not the only one who tried to do that. Fight myself, fight the feeling that I'm having a flare-up, be mad at myself, be a grouch, and be really down, depressed, and anxious. So basically what I will not do is I will not go through or down the rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get better, all the stuff that ends up making the whole flare-up even worse than it would have been because the mental health component just completely augments all of the symptoms. At least that's what it has been like for me. The third box is how I will talk to myself. So I think with this box, I would just say, it's okay. You've been through this before. You are going to be fine in a few hours or days, and you can get back to doing what you enjoy doing. It's okay to rest right now. Please see the meme that I made, the album or episode cover for episode 6, the last episode, about pacing and resting. So just pace, rest, and it's okay to do that. It's hard when you come from a background where it's very productivity focused and your worth is tied into what you do. So if you can't do things anymore, it's really hard to feel like you're worth something. And obviously this is not true. We are worth, just because we're human beings, we are worth something, and we're, worth a lot, right? But it's really easy to fall into the trap of feeling like I'm worthless because I'm not doing something that society values as worth it, or worth my time, or valuable. Okay, and so as far as talking to yourself, just saying, it's okay, this is temporary, you're going to be okay. I think I'm probably going to be listening to my podcast because when I'm making the episodes, I'm not feeling horrible. I wait till I can think a little more clearly, and I am not feeling super anxious or depressed or anything like that. So I'm in a good, calm state when I'm leaving these episodes, or talking through these episodes. So it kind of reminds me like, okay, oh yeah, that's right. I sound very calm, very, very, very good. And I that's right. I can be like that, right? I don't have to be like flipping out or, raging against the long COVID machine. So the fourth box is how to make things easier for me. I know that this is very unique to everybody because everybody needs help in different ways. So for myself, I put babysitting help, I put dog walking help, I put house cleaning help, I put laundry wash and fold help. I know that some of these things are limited because most of us are very strapped for cash right now because of how everything is set up for people with long COVID, and how even though at times for a little while we are very functional, a lot of the time we are not functional at all. And so we are not able to hold down jobs that would provide steady income for ourselves and our families. So I understand that some of these may not be possible. And the other thing, though, that I'm hoping is if some of these things are not possible because of money, I'm hoping you have support people around you more so than, people who have more money to spend trying to get additional help and support. And like I mentioned before in a previous episode, there are different types of help. There's the distraction help, there's the logistical help, there's the emotional help that different ways that you can be supported. So I'm trying to think of other things like that would be helpful to make things easier. Maybe you throw in a frozen pizza that night, or you have some sort of group from your community or church that you belong to, and they can, bring you some food or something like that. Or maybe they can do, wash and fold or drop something off or do it themselves, or someone can just come over and help out for a little while. So you can get a little bit of a break. But I don't know, I don't know you personally, most likely, but if you have ever had a kid and the postpartum period, I feel like in many ways long COVID is like that, because you are used to being very productive, and then all of a sudden you really can't be very productive for a while. Excuse me, that is my pet, my other pet. So the important thing is to try to make things easier, and then to have all of these things put in place before you have the flare-up. So that way, when the flare-up occurs, it's like, okay, like, all right, you already know what's going to happen because you've already thought through it when you're in a good space and when you're able to see everything clearly. In crises, it depends on the person and it depends on the crisis. Sometimes people are more alert in a crisis and really able to help, but usually that's when the crisis is not their crisis, it's someone else's crisis. So it's really helpful to have all of this thought through ahead of time. So that way, when you have a flare-up, you have almost like this safety net or this nice, comfortable, blanket you can just wrap around yourself, this flare-up protocol that you already have done ahead of time. Another thing I was just thinking that just popped into my head is you could also make meals and freeze them in your freezer. Just stuff like that, just things that can make your life easier when you have your next flare-up. So that is all for now. Thank you for listening, and we will talk again soon. This is Catherine Marie. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello again, this is Catherine Marie. I keep forgetting to say during the actual episodes themselves, but I really, really want to hear from you, so please leave me a voicemail message through Spotify, or you can email me at longcovidrealtalk@gmail.com. Actually, I accidentally took realtalklongcovid@gmail.com, and then I realized that I had already made it on Spotify Long COVID Real Talk, so I'd flipped them, which is to me really funny because that's a typical brain fog thing to do. But anyway, either email that you send it to, it'll come to me. So feel free to send me a message. I would love to get a recording of something that you say, or feedback or whatever, or just your story, anything you want to share with other people that are going through the long COVID ordeal. And once I get enough of them, I will either read them myself, or if they're voicemail messages, then I'll put them together and try to make some bonus episodes so you can hear each other. I think it's so powerful to hear what everyone is going through in their own voice. It's just really, really powerful. And it helps you not feel alone. So just leaving a little message might help someone else have a better day today. All right. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.